all began one rainy evening when I stumbled upon a news article about the dark web. The article described the hidden online world as a digital abyss where anonymity reigned and where one could find anything, from illicit drugs to stolen data. The more I read, the more I felt a strange pull, a morbid curiosity that tugged at my psyche. I knew I should stay away, that venturing into the digital underworld was a risk not worth taking. But the allure of the unknown was too strong to resist. I began my descent into the dark web, armed with a secure VPN and a specialized browser that promised anonymity. The journey was a surreal experience. As I navigated through encrypted links and obscure forums, I stumbled upon marketplaces for contraband and underground communities dedicated to hacking and illegal activities. It was a lawless frontier, a place where morality seemed to have no place. One fateful night, as I was exploring a particularly obscure corner of the dark web, I came across a post that sent shivers down my spine. The title simply read, "The Whispering Mirror," and the description promised an experience that defied explanation. It was an invitation, an opportunity to communicate with an otherworldly entity through a mysterious ritual. The instructions were cryptic and unsettling, involving the use of a mirror, candles, and a darkened room. I was to gaze into the mirror, repeat an incantation, and await the entity's response. The more I read, the more I felt a growing unease, a sense that I was about to cross a threshold from which there was no return. Despite my better judgment, I decided to undertake the Whispering Mirror ritual. I found an old ornate mirror in my basement, its surface covered in dust and cobwebs. I placed it in a dimly lit room, lit the candles as instructed, and began the incantation. As I gazed into the mirror, the room seemed to grow colder, and a sense of foreboding settled over me. I repeated the incantation, my voice quivering with fear. For what felt like an eternity, nothing happened, and I began to doubt the authenticity of the ritual. But then, just as I was about to give up, I saw it, a shadowy figure, barely discernible in the mirror's reflection. It had a formless, eerie presence, like a wisp of smoke. Its eyes, if you could call them that, were empty voids that seemed to pierce through my very soul. The entity communicated not through words, but through a series of whispers that echoed in my mind. It spoke of ancient secrets, of forbidden knowledge that could reshape reality itself. It promised me answers to the questions that had plagued my mind, answers that no mortal should possess. The encounter left me shaken and profoundly changed. I felt a darkness creeping into my soul, a presence that seemed to linger long after the ritual had ended. The entity had shown me things that defied explanation, a glimpse into a world beyond the comprehension of humanity. As the days turned into weeks, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. I would hear faint whispers in the dead of night, voices that seemed to come from the darkest corners of my mind. Sleep became elusive, and a sense of dread settled over me. One evening, as I was browsing the dark web once more, I stumbled upon a forum post that sent a cold chill down my spine. It was a message from the entity of the Whispering Mirror, addressing me by name. It knew who I was, where I lived, and the darkest secrets of my soul. The entity's messages grew more malevolent, taunting me with cryptic threats and promises of unspeakable horrors. It demanded my loyalty, my unwavering devotion in exchange for sparing me from its wrath. I knew then that I had ventured too far into the digital abyss, that the Whispering Mirror had become a malevolent force that sought to consume my very being. I tried to sever my connection to the dark web to escape the entity's grasp, but it was too late. It had become a part of me, a darkness that could not be vanquished. As I sit here recounting my descent into the dark web and the chilling encounter with the Whispering Mirror, I can't help but wonder if I've sealed my fate. The digital abyss had revealed its true nature, a place where curiosity could lead to damnation, and where the unknown held horrors beyond imagination. I've always been an insatiable seeker of the unknown, and that curiosity led me down a treacherous path that I can never forget. The story I'm about to tell you is a harrowing journey into the depths of the dark web, where the line between reality and nightmare blurs and where unspeakable horrors lurk. It began on an ordinary evening, when my fascination with the obscure corners of the internet got the better of me. Armed with a VPN and a specially configured browser, I ventured into the digital abyss. I waded through the murky waters of forums and marketplaces, delving deeper into the underworld that most would never dare to explore. As I roamed the shadowy corridors of the dark web, I stumbled upon a chilling rumor, a mysterious website known as the Veil of Whispers. It was said to be a portal to a hidden dimension, a place where one could communicate with entities beyond our comprehension. The very thought sent a shiver down my spine, but my curiosity got the best of me, and I decided to investigate. The Veil of Whispers was an enigma, its existence known only to a select few. The website's landing page was a black void, with a single field prompting me to type my question. The instructions were cryptic. Ask and the veil shall answer. I hesitated for a moment, my fingers trembling as I typed my question. Is there more to the universe than we can perceive? Almost instantly, the page changed, and a digital portal materialized on my screen. It was as if a window to another world had opened, and I could feel a presence beyond the screen, an eerie sensation that sent a chill down my spine. The portal beckoned me, and with a mixture of fear and fascination, I stepped through. My surroundings shifted, and I found myself in a realm that defied all logic and explanation. It was a twilight world, bathed in an otherworldly glow, with shadowy figures lurking at the periphery of my vision. As I gazed around in awe and trepidation, one of the shadowy figures approached. It was a spectral entity, neither fully human nor completely alien, its form shifting and contorting. It communicated with me not through words, but through a series of eerie whispers that seemed to emanate from the very fabric of this strange dimension. The entity revealed itself as the guardian of the veil, the one who bridged the gap between our world and the unknown. It offered me knowledge, answers to questions that had haunted humanity for centuries, but it came with a price: the ritual of the lost soul. The ritual required me to surrender a piece of my soul, a fragment of my very being, in exchange for the forbidden knowledge I sought. It was a harrowing decision, one that would irrevocably change the course of my life, but the allure of the unknown was too powerful to resist. I agreed to undertake the ritual of the lost soul, and the entity guided me through the process. I was instructed to recite incantations in a language unknown to me and to surrender a precious memory, one that held deep emotional significance. As I complied with each step, a sense of dread settled over me. But I couldn't turn back now. Suddenly, the very essence of my being seemed to unravel, and I watched in horror as a piece of my soul was torn away. The pain was unlike anything I had ever experienced, a spiritual agony that transcended the physical. As the ritual concluded, I was returned to the ordinary world, my screen flickering back to the Veil of Whispers landing page. The entity had kept its promise, bestowing upon me knowledge that both terrified and fascinated me. I had glimpsed the secrets of the universe, the existence of parallel dimensions, and the true nature of consciousness. But the cost was steep, for I had lost a part of myself, a piece of my soul forever trapped in the twilight dimension. The entity had warned me that the knowledge I had gained came at a price, and that the shadows of the veil would forever haunt my existence. In the days that followed, I grappled with the consequences of my decision. I felt a gnawing emptiness inside me, a void left by the fragment of my soul that I had surrendered. Nightmares plagued my sleep, and I could hear faint whispers in the darkest recesses of my mind, as if the shadows of the veil were trying to communicate with me. I knew that I had ventured too far into the digital abyss, that I had delved too deep into the unknown. The dark web had revealed its true nature, a place where the boundaries between reality and nightmare blurred, and where the pursuit of forbidden knowledge came at a price too high to bear. As I sit here, recounting my harrowing journey into the Veil of Whispers, I can't help but wonder if I made a grave mistake. The dark web had shown me a world beyond imagination, but it had also taken a piece of my soul, a sacrifice to the digital abyss. I've always been a bit of an internet explorer, not in the sense of uncovering exotic vacation destinations or diving into obscure Wikipedia articles, but in the more clandestine realm of the dark web. It all started as a morbid curiosity, a desire to peel back the layers of the internet's underbelly, and it led me to a chilling encounter I'll never forget. One gloomy evening, as rain tapped against my window, I found myself once again descending into the digital abyss. Armed with a specialized browser and an encrypted connection, I ventured deeper into the murky waters of the dark web. The allure of the unknown, the forbidden, was too strong to resist. After hours of exploring various forums and illicit marketplaces, I stumbled upon a peculiar link, a cryptic invitation to a Midnight Masquerade. It promised an unforgettable experience, a gathering of like-minded individuals seeking the thrill of the dark web's secrets. My curiosity got the better of me, and I accepted the invitation. The instructions were straightforward. Attend the virtual event at precisely midnight, wear a mask to conceal one's identity, and follow the host's lead. As the clock struck 12, I found myself in a dimly lit virtual space surrounded by faceless avatars adorned with eerie masks. A haunting melody filled the air, setting an unsettling atmosphere. The host, a mysterious figure shrouded in darkness, began to address the participants. His voice was a distorted whisper, like a ghostly presence echoing through the digital void. "Welcome to the Midnight Masquerade," he hissed. "Tonight we shall delve into the darkest corners of your psyche." The virtual room was transformed into a surreal masquerade ball, a grotesque carnival of the macabre. Unnerving laughter filled the air as participants, their identities concealed, danced with a sense of eerie enthusiasm. It was a digital masquerade of the damned. The host's agenda was unveiled, a series of horrifying tasks designed to push the boundaries of our fear and morality. The first task was innocuous enough: reveal a personal secret, something that had always remained hidden. The confessions were unsettling, ranging from petty crimes to dark desires. As the night wore on, the tasks escalated in intensity. We were instructed to navigate a labyrinth of disturbing websites, each more unsettling than the last. The digital horrors we encountered, from gruesome crime scene photos to cryptic cult manifestos, sent chills down my spine. The masquerade had become a descent into madness, a digital carnival of terror. The host reveled in our suffering, taunting us with cryptic messages and distorted images. Each task left us more shaken than the last, and the line between the digital and the real began to blur. Then, the host presented the final task, a ritual known as the Soul Exchange. Participants were required to send a message confessing their deepest fears, regrets, and desires. In return, the host promised to reveal a hidden truth about each of us, something that could change the course of our lives. The room fell silent as participants sent their messages, a collective sense of dread hanging in the air. It was as if we had willingly offered up our souls to the digital abyss, and the host had accepted the grim payment. One by one, the host began to reveal our secrets, each revelation more shocking and horrifying than the last. Lives were shattered as dark truths came to light, and the weight of our collective guilt hung heavy in the virtual space. As the ritual concluded and I logged out of the Midnight Masquerade, I couldn't shake the feeling that I had ventured too far into the digital abyss. The dark web had revealed its true nature, a realm where the boundaries of reality and the digital converged in a nightmare of horrors. The Midnight Masquerade had left an indelible mark on my psyche, a haunting reminder that some secrets were better left buried and that the digital abyss held terrors beyond imagination. As I closed my computer and the rain continued to tap against the window, I couldn't help but wonder if I had sold a piece of my soul to the dark web, and if its shadows would forever haunt my existence. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe.